I'm Gayatri, working as assistant professor in EC department at SNS College of Technology. Today I'm going to discuss about the topic of fatty acids, which comes under the unit of Introduction to the Life. The fatty acids, which is both free as and as a part of complex lipids, play the number of key roles in the metabolism. The major metabolic fuel, which is the fatty acid, which is the storage and transport of energy, and it is essential component for all the membrane, and the fatty acid is a gene regulators. The structure of fatty acid. The fatty acid are synthesized from linear acetogenes of acetate pathway. Fatty acids are carbon chains with a methyl group at one end of molecule designated omega and the carboxyl group at the other end. The carbon atom next to the carboxyl group is called the alpha carbon and the subsequent one the beta carbon. The systematic nomenclature for the fatty acid may also indicate the location of double bonds with reference to the carboxyl group del. The classification of fatty acid. The fatty acid are classified depending on the saturation. Number 1, the saturation fatty acid. The saturation fatty acids are filled, which is saturated with hydrogen, no double bonds. The most saturated fatty acids are straight hydrocarbon chains with an even number of carbon atoms. The most common fatty acids contain 12 up to 22 carbon atoms. And the major part of the saturated fatty acids, it contain up to the 12 to 22 carbon atoms. The short chain saturated fatty acids, which is bad in smell, fluids and contains fluids, which is present in milk fat, which has a carbon C4 up to C10, easily digestible. And long chain, coming to the long chain saturated fatty acids, which is solid at room temperature, most common in animal and plant fats, less easy digestible. The next category is unsaturated fatty acids. The mono unsaturated fatty acids have one carbon double bond which can occur in different positions. The most common monogenes have the chain length of 16 to 22 and double band with carbon configurations, cis configurations. This means that the hydrogen atom on either side of the double band are oriented in the same direction. Trans isomers may be produced during industrial processing, hydrogenation of unsaturated oils, and in the gastro-intestinal trace of ruminants. The physical properties of saturated fatty acids. The saturated fatty acids have molecules that fit closely together in a regular pattern. The strong attractions, which is dispersion force between fatty acid chain. High melting points that makes them solids at room temperature. The physical properties, the saturated, which is closely together. That is, it is having the carbon molecule, hydrogen molecule, oxygen molecule will be present in the saturated fatty acids. The saturated fatty acids, then unsaturated fatty acids, which is having non-linear chains that do not allow molecule to pack closely. The weak attraction dispersion force between the fatty acid chains occurs. The low melting point and so are liquids at room temperatures. It is having a non-linear chain. The CH, that is carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, are not arranged in the proper chain format. Today we have discussed about the fatty acids, the introduction part of the fatty acids, and what are the classification of fatty acids, saturated fatty acids, unsaturated fatty acids, and what are the physical properties present in the saturated fatty acids as well as unsaturated fatty acids. Thank you for watching.